huh, haven't done anything for this channel in quite a while now, and I was on such a good run. And especially considering that there is this Let's Play channel by this weird guy with the blue hair and stuff, and he's pretty much tie to tie, toe to toe with me, or whatever it's called, when you are basically close up and you have a very similar amount of subscribers. So I don't want to lose up to that guy. So I'm here doing some content. Um, First of all, as you might be able to hear, to see, and whatnot, I am a little bit under the weather. I totally blame party last weekend for it. It was a great party, but it was in a very, very open and windy. I don't know. There's probably a term for it in English. I know what it is in Germany, but when it is not a very tight building and there is some kind of an indoor wind going on, making it very fresh and unhealthy. Especially when you are a lunatic on the dance floor like I am. So after dancing, whatever I call dancing, for a while, I'm pretty much, my clothes are all thread through. And if then there is this kind of fresh air around, and especially if I go out there for taking a little bit of breath or something, going outside, yeah, I shouldn't be surprised that I end up completely sick the next week. Kind of should have seen that coming now, shouldn't I? Anyways, not what I wanted to talk about. Actually, what I wanted to, a nice topic that kind of came up was that I started recently to have a little bit of a closer eye on new upcoming shows, and I came across two new shows that are both pretty amazing, I have to say. One of them is pretty amazing, the other one, I don't know, there has only been the pilot so far. So let's start with the more critical one, which would be The Gamer, if I'm informed correctly. The Gamer is I'm not sure how to classify it. I mean, it plays in nowadays times, but there are those guys who have super futuristic equipment. But they kind of explain it like, oh, we worked in the shadows and we have been there whenever technology got created. So we basically bugged everything from the get-go. So that's why we are in every mobile phone, every camera, every whatnot. Yeah, it's a very sci-fi explanation, and it's more about action and stuff. So basically, the premise is that there is this kind of group of people sponsored by the super rich who like to bet on crime, and you have this kind of game master who picks what crime is the bet on, and because they can predict crime, a little bit like the Minority Report, but without future seeing, but with calculations and rational predictions and stuff like that. Because, well, human nature is rather predictable when you boil it down to it, and they have a fair point there. So yeah, and you have this game master who is played by Wesley Snipes. If you like him, one reason to watch it. If you don't like him, probably a reason not to watch it. If you're like me, you're like, I know this face. Oh, okay, it's Wesley Snipes. Moving on. Then you have this kind of dealer who is the person helping out the final one, the gamer. The gamer is the protagonist of the show in this case, and the person who gave the show the title. Big surprise. The gamer basically is there to solve the crimes that have been picked by the dealer. By the game master, whatever. And, the first episode was so far intriguing enough. So you have this protagonist who gets the role of the gamer. Circumstances not revealed here to not spoil everything. And, I mean, the show is called like it. If he wouldn't end up being the gamer for the next episode, so there wouldn't be a show. So for the pilot basically is getting him into this kind of world and giving him a little bit of a purpose and characterizing him and the other two characters. At least giving a broad characterization. I hope that they will do more with it in the future. They hint towards a little bit of a deeper history that might play a role and stuff like that. But yeah, so far not the greatest show ever, but so far the premise was interesting enough, and I am sure to check out the next episode when it comes out, which should be any day now because I watched the first one last week. Interesting stuff. I would say, hey, sure. If this sounds rather interesting, check it out. It's a very fresh show, so we have the chance to be part of it from the beginning. And I enjoyed it. I'm not sure if it works as a series. It's not the greatest thing ever, but the premise is promising. Enough for me to at least give it another try. And the other one, The Best Time Ever, and which is literally the name of the show. It's I don't know what to call the genre. It's basically a live show, a live TV show, which is completely focused around the host, like the show with Oprah or with Ellen. And in the case of The Best Night Ever, it's Neil Patrick Harris. And I love Neil Patrick Harris. He is awesome. He is funny. He is good looking. He is Barney Stinson. Funny enough, in this show, he has even a little bit of Barney to him because he is wearing a suit and he's he's not the womanizer as Barney, which would be kind of ridiculous since he is playing himself. And if you are actually living into the moon and you're not aware of this, Neil Patrick Harris is gay. Therefore, being a womanizer would be kind of defeating the point. But no, he's just a very sympathetic host. It's like awesome and enjoys what people tell him. And he does this kind of crazy out there stuff in his show, like supporting a guy to make the most epic wedding proposal ever and whatnot, and fooling around with other celebrities. Since, well, Neil Patrick, I'm not sure how many Oscars and whatnot Neil Patrick Harris got to host at this point, but yeah, he is among the celebrities, the Hollywood celebrities. He probably has a name by now as the sympathetic goofball who you can have funny interactions with, and who doesn't go over the line, who is very humorous but still very likable. He's not making the fun on the backs of other people. Even so, he gets very close by some of the show segments his team came up with. So yeah, it's a very celebrity-heavy, interesting show with a lot of over-the-top American awesomeness, and I love watching it. I mean, sometimes it felt a little bit constructed and whatnot, but I don't think that it is very different from other shows. Like I mentioned before, Oprah. I never saw Oprah, but I saw caught a few episodes of Ellen, and I also like Ellen. It's also a fun little show. And now we have Neil doing his own. And yeah, so far there have been 3 episodes out. I'm looking forward to the next one because it's really fun to watch, and they have a few very, at least from my point of view, creative ideas. Maybe they're ripping off other shows and I just don't get it. But I like seeing Neil. I like seeing the shenanigans they do in this show. And so yeah, this is one I'm definitely going to continue to watch on a regular basis. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for today. And this is AMI saying, see you soon.